fire. Can I get an answer? Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I got a question for ya. Can I get an answer? Yeah, 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 yeah. She only love me 'cause I'm dangerous. That boom boom something like angel dust. Girl, let me hold ya.
Chris Brown doing questions, Dan Radio Style. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. I thought I'd do a question answer kind of thing. I don't know, some interesting questions were posed. One person said something that I thought was kind of interesting, so I thought, I don't know, they just kind of seemed like decent, quick little show. I'm not expecting this to be all that long, but kind of a chance to maybe demonstrate a couple different things, couple avenues for people that maybe are going through certain issues, challenges, whichever we want to call it. So yeah, a lot of good stuff's been coming out of these last couple shows. Like I said, I was really excited, kind of found a nice little nugget of info, and have really been incorporating it, and personally been having awesome successes with it, and I'm really looking forward to sharing more, but that's a little ways down the road still. I don't want to get in the way of my own self, right? Never talk about it. Big deal. So a couple questions and answers, couple like one situation that I thought is maybe good to, do a couple points on here. So I got my timeout last week. I found out my ex is living with someone. Rebound for sure, probably, right? And of course, I got all discouraged because I saw nothing, no signs all week. So I let go. I just don't care anymore, and if I ever start a new relationship or not. And guess what? After this, I got in alignment again and started seeing signs. All I do now is say, thank you, universe, I trust you. That's it. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I'll get back to taking care of myself. Again, when we find out things sometimes that maybe seem negative to us, all right, sometimes like in this case here, I kind of agree, and this is just sort of a good example of where maybe you're going through a breakup right now and you're trying to manifest back your specific someone. Well, maybe they're in another relationship. I'll tell you what, sometimes there's the old rebound relationship that'll frequently happen no matter what, right out of the gate. So maybe you're after the rebound. Or whatever the case is, sometimes by dating another person, this has happened with me before, by dating another person, I learn what I don't want. I'll tell you that, because sometimes you get in things and they've got about, maybe of the 10 things that really matter to you in a personality, which is simplifying it greatly, but whatever, and all of a sudden you find out they've got 3 of them. You're like, this isn't going to work, man. I'm sorry. It was an effort to have a conversation with the person, right? And you're just like that. So you kind of learn sometimes what is best. And sometimes by maybe dating your opposite, right? By doing that, it sometimes helps them appreciate what they did have. And again, as a guy, that's happened to me before. So when we look at circumstances and judge them from how we feel about them, that's not necessarily how universe works things out for us. That's not how higher self necessarily works. Like I might go down a path that at first would look bad, but then after, like I said, after a date or two, I'm like, yeah, no, this is not happening. My specific person's like a billion times more of what I'm wanting in a woman. So whatever, it's worth the wait, right? So again, sometimes be really careful how we judge what's actually going on. Trust in the process. We've talked about this before. The process. Trust in it. So maybe part of that process is him dating for a couple weeks, a few months. And the way she turns it and focuses on herself is beautiful. Well done. Congratulations. I think this is a great example of how you handle difficult news, right? Sometimes we find out crap. Sometimes we find out things that suck. Sometimes we hop on Facebook and see they posted something or they've changed their status. That's the lamest thing, by the way. I'm not a huge Facebook fan. I got my own account and keep in touch with family, and it's great and all that, but I hate that status updates. Who gives a crud? Anyway, I digress. Anywho, so one that I thought was very interesting, and I hear these kinds of things frequently. So this is for all the people out there that have a really hard time saying, I can't stop thinking about my specific person. I can't. They keep popping into my head. So the way this is stated is, this is very helpful. I can't stop thinking about my specific person, even when I'm having fun. Maybe you can give some tips. Very short and sweet, very to the point. A couple things come to mind when it comes to I can't stop thinking about my ex. So for a moment, I guess we'll start here. For a moment, let's think about apple pie. personally, a big fan of apple cobbler, right? The cobbler, it's got that crumble stuff on top. So comes out of the oven. You got that almost cinnamon, almost sweet smell of the apples, right? You can smell that cinnamon in there for sure. And that crumb, I don't know how to describe that smell, but it's like that coffee cake almost kind of smell to it. And it's just wafting through the air. And it looks so delicious and warm. And right, you're thinking about apple pie with me right now, right? We're thinking about apple pie. All right. Can you imagine, like you get those like red potatoes with the skin still on them and you cook them up, right? Get them all soft. Start making some mashed potatoes with them. Maybe throw in some garlic cloves. Let those kind of get soft, kind of mash in there, right? And just kind of start stirring that up. Maybe you got a nice little thing of gravy over on the side, right? So you can mix those two together, mashed potatoes and gravy. Sounds delicious. I'm just bringing up 2 food items because I'm frankly friggin' hungry right now. But there you go. That's an example of how you change your thoughts, right? You can think about whatever you want to think about. So if you're having cases where your specific someone keeps popping into your mind and you're trying to let go, that's first off, that's okay. If you're letting go and have let go, and they pop into your head every once in a while, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Have fond thoughts of them when that pops into your head. Be like, I love you, baby, or whatever, right? Whatever your little thing is, say it. That's great. And then think about mashed potatoes. Think about your mashed potatoes. Whatever your mashed potatoes are, have your go-to thoughts. I have go-to thoughts. I have specific things I can think about at any given time of the day. Again, that's why we get back into if you've got things going on in your life that you enjoy doing, that you're enjoying, that you're getting benefit from, or you see it taking you in a specific direction that you know is going to work out for you big time, big picture, and it has nothing to do with your specific person, then focus on those things because now you're helping manifest that too, right? You're helping put energy towards that, and that's helpful for you. It's a positive use of your thoughts, and you're not still thinking about your specific other when you're trying to let go. It's okay. If they pop in your head, that's totally cool. So that's one thing I wanted to make sure that everyone understood. That's okay. They will pop into your mind. Nothing wrong. Don't get upset with yourself. Don't try to undo it. It's perfectly okay. Don't stay there is all. That's all. Enjoy it for the moment. Because again, that's why a lot of us that have let go, we keep saying, no, you still love the person. Trust me, they will pop into your head. That's totally cool. What we're doing different when we let them go is we're not focused on them constantly. You only have so many minutes a day. It could be many, many minutes, right? I think there's 1,440 minutes in a complete day. So, you've only got so many minutes in a day that you can use however you want, right? Sometimes you have to work. Sometimes you're taking care of your kids. Sometimes you're doing chores. Sometimes you're driving. There's only certain times where your thoughts are completely your own. And they're yours to manifest whatever you want with. Use them wisely. If we're always spending them trying to manifest our specific person, but we've got all these other holes in our life, we're about to be evicted because we don't have a good job, because you know what I mean? All sorts of other things are starting to cave in around us, and we're just focused on, I got to get you back. That's not good. That's not healthy, right? So again, when you put the effort on it, and once you've done the thoughts, you then go, okay, I trust the process. I know this is happening. It's not if I don't do it tomorrow, it gets rubbed out and wiped away. Now, we've talked before, when you're negative, it's good to replace a negative with a positive just to make sure we're back in the wash, back in that 50-50. So, again, any of us can change our thoughts. It's very easy to do. Just have some thoughts to go to, right? And again, don't despair or be upset about the fact that they're going to pop into your head. They're going to. You love them. Of course. That's silly. Come on. That's expected. So hopefully that helps. And then I think the last real comment that I'm going to comment on is a little hair longer, not too terribly bad. So, Dan, by keeping ourselves busy and not worrying about it, when he will call or when this will come together, meaning, when you're thinking about those kinds of things, do you think it causes your SP to think more about you? Or does that mean that it helps the universe to start working and begin to pull things together for you? Now, I'm going to stop right there. I believe the answer I gave this person earlier today has more to do with when we finally let go and stop thinking about the how and the why and all that stuff, right? When we finally just kind of let things happen in their own way, we get out of our own way, meaning the handbrake is one thing Anya's calls it the handbrake, and I really like that. But it's like pumping the brakes, slowing yourself down, having drag, having friction, it's like, dragging your foot on your bike tire while you're roading and trying to slow yourself down, or dragging your foot if you're on a skateboard, or, whatever. You're putting the brakes on a lot of the times by every time you think about how you don't have something. And a lot of us don't realize that the thoughts we have when we're trying to, quote, manifest, I need to think about it every day. I need to think about it every day. Okay, I want you to, for those of you that think that way, the reason I feel like I need to think about it every day. What is the reason you think that? That's my point. That's what I keep talking about. It is the fact that you feel you don't have it yet, so therefore you need to think about it more. You need to imagine more, because I don't have it yet, so I need to do this more. I don't have it yet, so I need to do this more. I don't have it yet, so I need to do this more. I'd make a good rap song, right? Yo, boo, sha, ba, doo, ba, boo. No, not gonna. It's the backwards hat. Don't let it fool you. Yes, so that's my point, is we keep that pattern flowing in our life by constantly thinking, I don't have it, I got to do more of it. No. That's why we get out of the way. Push it off to the side. I've done enough work. We're good. Process will take care of itself. Now I'm going to start thinking about getting a better job. Now I'm going to start thinking about getting a new car. Now I'm going to start thinking about where we're going to live together. Now I'm going to start thinking about making room in the closet because he's coming, acting as if, right? I'm not thinking about him per se, or her, right? But I'm making room for her. I'm still doing things because I know this is happening. I hope that helps on that acting as if too. I had some questions on that, right? So I know this is happening. I'm done imagining that. Now I'm going to do the other things that I know tie into that, as if we're together. So as if we're together. In my case, I'm a guy. So if she was to move in here, basically I'd have to move most of all my clothes out of my actual closet and put them in the spare bedroom closet right here, which I could probably fit all my clothes. And then she would now have a place to put her stuff, the entire walk-in closet that I own. But, right? Isn't that how that would work? Isn't that the gentlemanly thing to do? Because, frankly, let's be honest, I don't have nearly as many clothes, and that's how I want it to be. I don't need to be like that. So, again, there's an example of something I could do. I could start working on getting some of the, the thing, maybe start repainting some of whatever, right? Deep cleaning. That'd be a good one. So, again, these are some of the things that you can do without necessarily thinking about imagining being in their arms, imagine kissing. When are we going to be together? It's going to happen. Let it go. Let it go. It'll happen. Now what else are you going to work on? So, again, this kind of helps us act as if, while letting go easily, no problems, and you can still focus on other stuff that you guys are going to do together. Or start planning your vacation together, right? You're not worried about them. Now you're kind of working on ancillary things, right? Some sort of things that require him to be there. So you start building those things out, because that is helping put more energy towards bringing you guys together, but it's also manifesting a trip at the same time. Win-win on that. So again, those are some of the ways that we can kind of work through some of these challenges, some of these questions. Hopefully this kind of made some sense. I don't know. That's how I'm trying to play it out anyway. Going out with a cool song by Ed Sheeran. It's called Castle on the Hill. It's Dan RadioStyle.
I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country